An unknown vehicle rammed into a bike in Sheshadripuram, killing the rider on the spot. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Puttaswamy, who is a resident of Magadi Road. The accident happened at around 3 a.m. Puttaswamy was coming to this Honda Activa when he was rammed by an unknown vehicle from the rear. A case has been registered with the High Grounds Police. A shocking accident, in fact, coming to light in Sheshadripuram, where a bike rider was killed. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Puttaswamy. Puttaswamy was heading home after work. That is when an unknown vehicle came from the rear and hit his Honda Activa. Puttaswamy fell on the road, and some of the eyewitnesses say that the vehicle also was heavily laden upon him and he skid towards the footpath. Emergency services were immediately called out and the police also arrived at the spot. Now the police have registered a case at the High Grounds Police Station. The investigations are on. CCTV footage available in the area is being examined to find out which vehicle was behind this particular accident. The accident occurred at around 3 a.m. in the morning. An unknown vehicle rammed into a bike in Sheshadripuram, killing the rider on the spot. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Puttaswamy, who is a resident of Magadi Road. The accident happened at around 3 a.m. Puttaswamy was coming in his Honda Activa when he was rammed by an unknown vehicle from the rear. A case was being registered with the High Grounds Police. In a shocking accident in Sheshadripuram, a two-wheeler rider who was in fact going home after his long hours of work was met with a horrific accident in the area. The deceased has been identified as Puttaswamy. Puttaswamy was 45 years old and was coming home in his Honda Activa when an unknown vehicle hit him from the rear. The accident led to him losing balance on his Honda Activa, and some of the eyewitnesses who were there say that the Honda Activa fell upon him and they both skidded towards the footpath. The police were informed immediately and also emergency services were informed about the accident. Both the agencies rushed to the accident spot and they in fact found that Puttaswamy had died on the spot because of this accident. In a bid to speed up work at the centre, Modi has made some changes on the cards for the central government employees. What are they? Let's find out.
It's makeover time for Modi, as he is all set to make weekends shorter and working days longer. Yes, that is what Prime Minister Narendra Modi is mulling. He is all set to make amends on how the government functions to formulate a timely delivery system for the people of the country. As the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi had implemented the same policy in his government and ensured speedy functioning of his government. According to sources, the Department of Personnel and Training has been vested with the responsibility of preparing a note on the same. The proposal will then be presented to the cabinet in the parliamentary session. Weekends are going to get shorter for government officers, with Sunday being their only off day. Not just that, even working hours will be affected. Employees will have to work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. but with 2 hours of lunch break. Sources reveal that though the proposal has not been accepted, employees have been instructed to report to work on Saturdays. The Prime Minister was expected to hold a meeting on Tuesday to discuss it with his cabinet members, but due to the untimely death of Gopinath Mundi, the meeting was postponed. The 5-day week policy was implemented by the Rajiv Gandhi government and every government followed suit. Now that Modi has decided to change the age-old system, let's listen to how the Congress has reacted.
Now it is for the Modi government to prove or to deliver what they had promised to the masses of this country. So now whether it is 6 days or 5 days, it is a matter of deliverance of the promises they made to the people of this country. So let's wait and see how they deliver it. Now the people are expecting results. So we're just waiting for results.
This is not the only amendment in Modi's agenda. He has also proposed to go the MNC way and pay them according to their performance. According to Modi, this will ensure better competency and competition. The party has stayed mum about all these proposals.
See, whatever what is government is going to do, it is its own duty. But where it's concerned to me, I don't know more about it. That what is a fact. Naturally, where it's concerned to my personal view, I am really having a good liking for this, because such sort of decision, it should make good for the good governance.
Modi, who is said to be a hard worker and works for about 18 hours a day, expects his cabinet to work for at least 12 hours. It remains to be seen whether the government officers will welcome the decision with open arms or not. Sanjay Dikshit, News9, New Delhi.
The main road in Sri Ram Colony Gnanaparati layout has been rendered useless. Take a look as to why.
A newly constructed compound wall right across the main road of Sri Ram Colony in Gnanaparati has been a source of frustration for its residents. Vehicles which drive down the road are forced to turn back in search of an alternate route, while the drainage pipelines which run under the road have been damaged. Residents have built small trenches around it to prevent it from seeping onto the road.
ಸರ್ ಇದು 3 ತಿಂಗಳಿಂದ ಈಗ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಮೂಲತಃ ಇದು ನಕಾಶೆ ರಸ್ತೆ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗರು ಇರೋಂಗಿಂದನೂ ಇದೇ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಲತಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಇದು ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಹಾಕಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಮಲತಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು 200 ಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮಲತಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿಗೆ 2.5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಸುತ್ತಿ ಬಳಸಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು.
The wall was built in mid-March by unknown parties. Not only are the residents helpless, but they do not know whom to blame for their woes. The situation would have been explained if the land belonged to someone else, but that is not the case either. Residents are seen inspecting the land papers and layout of the colony, and every document indicates that the land where the road is built was meant just for that. When they approached the Palike with the problem in March, they were told that the situation would be looked into and appropriate action would be taken. But it has been well over 2 months and absolutely no action has been taken. The Palike seems to have conveniently swept aside the matter. Meanwhile, the residents of Sri Ram layout in Gnanaparati are forced to take a 3-kilometer long detour to reach a destination which would have otherwise been less than a kilometer away. Is it just a mean prank, or is there more to this story? Pramod, News9, Bengaluru.
The tug of war over garbage dumping continues. The villagers of Mandur are unrelenting in their demand to not to allow garbage trucks to enter the village. Meanwhile, a few garbage trucks dump the waste near Kodigehalli, and the Section 144 is continued in Mandur. The residents of Kodigehalli, however, are not happy with the new dispensation that has happened, and in fact, they are up in arms against it. They are questioning, if Mandur has denied it, why should it be dumped in their own areas? Several garbage trucks have been lying on its route to Mandur, and most of them have in fact been stagnant over there for quite some time. The effects of it can be seen in the city's garbage disposal system, where it has come to know that several areas there are heaps of garbage piling up because of the inavailability of space to in fact dump the garbage. Several BBMP trucks were seen dumping garbage in Kodigehalli, and that has angered the residents in that area. The residents of Mandur, however, continue with their protest, and they are adamant that they will not allow any truck of the BBMP to dump garbage in their area. Section 144 was imposed in Mandur, and it was being enforced by the police there. Earlier in the week, Bengaluru District in charge, Minister Ramlinga Reddy, had said that there is no option for Bengaluru or the BBMP other than dumping garbage in Mandur. He also requested the residents of Mandur 8 months more until he could provide an alternative site where the garbage can be dumped. But since the trucks were piling on the road to Mandur, several of the trucks have been detoured and asked to dump garbage in Kodigahalli area. This has, however, not gone right with the residents of Kodigahalli, where they are up in arms against the BBMP for dumping garbage in their area. The tug of war over garbage dumping continues. The villagers of Mandur are unrelenting in their demand not to allow garbage trucks to enter their village. Meanwhile, a few garbage trucks dump the waste near Kodigahalli, and the Section 144 is continuing in Mandur. Several garbage trucks were in fact seen lining up on its route to Mandur. Because of the residents' protest, the trucks were unable to dump garbage there. However, some of the trucks were in fact detoured towards Kodigahalli, where it was dumped. The residents in Kodigahalli are, however, quite angry with the manner in which the BBMP has done the detour, and they are in fact arguing with the authorities over the matter. They have expressed their displeasure and said that if Mandur has resisted the garbage from being dumped in that area, why should Kodigahalli suffer? The garbage crisis has been a major source of concern for the city, especially after Mandur. The residents of Mandur are up in arms against the BBMP and the authorities. The garbage situation in Bengaluru has deteriorated at several areas. The garbage has not been collected, and what we know at present is that there's a heap of garbage across the city. The BBMP finds it helpless to in fact clear the garbage because the residents of Mandur have been protesting, and also they do not have an alternative site. Today they try to in fact detour some of the trucks which have been lining up to Mandur, and what we know from it is that after the detour it was taken to Kodigahalli to dump the waste. But the residents of Kodigahalli are not happy with it. They have come out and they are arguing with the authorities over the matter.